Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here, New Life Pentecostal Church, Albany, Georgia. I hope you're doing great today. You know, one of the things about new translations is some of the nuances and some of what people would consider minor things, but they're really glaring errors. So I was checking out the New Christian Standard Bible here today, and specifically on Hebrews chapter 9, verse number 4. And some of the, maybe most of the new translations kind of put the altar of incense in the wrong place. You know, the altar of incense was there with the lampstand and with the table of showbread there, and then you had the veil, and then you had the Ark of the Covenant with the things there. Well, they'll put the altar of incense in there with the Ark of the Covenant. And so we'll read here in the King James Version in Hebrews chapter 9. You can follow along whatever translation you might have. And it says, and after the second veil, the tabernacle, which is called the holiest of all, that's verse 3, Hebrews 9 and 3, which had the golden censer and the Ark of the Covenant overlaid round about with gold, wherein was the golden pot that had manna and Aaron's rod that budded, and the tables of the covenant. Verse 2 says, and there was a tabernacle made, the first wherein was the candlestick and the table and the showbread, which is called the sanctuary. So you open up the Christian Standard Bible, and this is just emblematic of almost all modern translations. And it says this in 9, we'll start at 9:3. It says, behind the second curtain was a tent called the Most Holy Place. Well, that's right. It had the golden altar of incense and the Ark of the Covenant covered with gold on all sides. It did not have the altar of incense in there. So you just have this error, blatant. It's like Mark 1 and 2, where it talks about, it says, as it was prophesied in Isaiah the prophet, and then it quotes Malachi. It's like, oh, I can't believe this. Or calling Joseph the father of Jesus Christ, which it'll do. So there's some of the nuances like that that's just the eclectic text, or what's known as the Alexandrian text, is just a far inferior text. And so many things are coming out about P75, Vaticanus, Sinaiticus. They're all frauds, basically. At least that's where the evidence is strongly leaning right now. And so we have a Bible that's been preserved by God, and it's the Textus Receptus. We have it in the English language, King James Version, amazing. They didn't want one error in it, and I believe God helped them do that. And so just stick with that. You don't have to get a Bible with all these inconsistencies and errors, polyscriptura causing confusion, people saying, well, my Bible says this, my Bible says this, and you can never teach somebody a Bible study because their Bible's saying something different than your Bible does. We do have a standard, and God's preserved it in the English language in the King James Version of the Bible. Talk with you later in Jesus.